Welcome back to another edition of the Pagcast. I'm your host, Michael Pagani, joined alongside Brantford Bulldogs forward Calvin Crombie. Calvin, welcome to the Pagcast. Thank you again for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So I just want to open up this interview here. Like, how have you been doing recently?
Yeah, no, I've been good. I mean, right now I'm out with an injury, but no, I've been doing good. Keeping my head up. Team's doing well. Happy about that, and yeah.
Well, the last game that you played in was a 5-4 shootout win over the Peterborough Petes. And those games against the Petes this year have been very close. How does playing in those close games kind of benefit the group early on in the season?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you definitely don't take any team lightly and those games, especially when you're at another team's rink and they have the advantage. You come together as a group and those are bonding moments and you talk about those for the rest of the season when you're down, say, in a game. We talk about those games where you achieved a lot and you came back and pushed through and prevailed. So I mean, yeah, as a team in general, like those games are huge for us coming together and working together and pushing past adversity.
And how would you say that would build character within the group?
Oh yeah, I mean for sure it builds character. I mean it, makes a team stronger, more power willed and we come together and we reflect on those games and we think about, we can do it there, we can do it anywhere.
How has your injury been progressing?
No, progressing very well. I saw the doctor said that everything's going ahead of track right now. I'm not going to push anything or anything like that. Keep dealing with the rehab and everything like that. But no, it's gone pretty well so far.
Will you be following any of the NFL playoffs going on right now?
I have been, yes.
Do you have a team that's in it, or is your
I
team
do.
out?
I have the Bills. Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm a huge Bills fan myself. Like I'm diehard. So
Yeah.
I was very happy last night that they came out on the winning side against Baltimore.
Yep.
So that was
Watch
sick.
that. Yep. Mark
And
Andrews.
oh my God, that's such a tough look.
Yep, it is.
The fumble and then a couple drops earlier on
Yeah.
in the game, and it drops the 2-pointer. Yeah, he costed the team. He costed.
Yeah. That's the way it goes.
It is, and it's nice to see that Josh Allen gets past the divisional for the second time in his career. So
Yep.
yeah, it's up against Kansas City, and obviously, there's always two teams you're going up against with the refs there too, right? So
Yep. Of
it's going to
course.
be an exciting game next Sunday. I can't wait.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
Well, getting into your story here, who influenced you to get into hockey?
My parents, my uncle had a very long career in the OHL playing for the London Knights, advanced to pro. But it was definitely my parents, always kind of been a hockey family. And they put me through and I just fell in love with the game. I played a lot of sports. I basically played every sport there was. And hockey was the only sport that I actually loved and could do every day and work at and just found my passion.
Well, how cool is it that your uncle who got drafted by the London Knights and you kind of followed suit there? Like you got drafted by London too before joining Brantford.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's super cool. I mean, I was undrafted in my original draft year. It was COVID. Stuff happens. And then I ended up getting reclassified with the year younger and I ended up getting taken by the London Knights, which I didn't even know was happening. I was actually had no idea that was happening. I didn't even know that was a thing until I got a call saying that we just drafted you. I was like, oh, okay. So
That's
yeah.
wild.
Yeah, no, it wasn't it was kind of crazy. I mean, I know that there when like the draft list comes out, one of my buddies who was 2006 was in the draft and he was looking through the draft list and he saw my name and I called my agent and I just said like how come I'm in this? And he said, well, the only way you can be in that is if a team nominated to put you in that. So and I talked to a few teams after my 16-year-old season in Caledonia and just about like camps and whatnot. But then yeah, I didn't even t London was the only team I really didn't talk to, and
Oh,
yeah, ended up taking me and in the draft. So that was pretty crazy.
that's kind of wild that like it's so unexpected. Usually you would think it's the team that you would talk with, that you had conversations with. It ends up being a team that never really kind of even had conversations with you and they drafted you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was pretty crazy. You obviously hear those stories about the guys that don't talk, the one team they don't talk to. Never thought it would happen to me, but it did, and yeah, it's kind of
Well,
crazy.
was there a player growing up who you wanted to model your game after?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, obviously, I was a huge Detroit fan. You watch those guys. I used to watch Thomas Tatar a lot. Right now, currently, Matthew Tkachuk, kind of model my game after him. Playing both sides of the puck, being gritty and not afraid to throw the body around or drop the gloves and also, be on the offensive side of things too.
Well, yeah, just kind of be like that greasy player that can energize the bench too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So since you're from Hamilton, you mentioned that you're a Red Wings fan. How did you become a fan of the Red Wings?
One of my older friends, kind of was into them, and then I started watching them more, and then it just eventually came my team.
Did you go to many Red Wing games?
I've been to a few, haven't been to the new arena yet, but I've been to a few, yeah.
Well, the old Joe Louis Arena is
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Just this, it's walking up the stairs, it's getting into the arena. It's a
Yeah.
much smaller barn than they
Yeah.
have, right now. But it was so cool. And to see, growing up seeing the Datsuks and the Holmstroms and the
Yeah,
Zetterbergs,
for
right?
sure. Those guys are insane.
Did you go to many Bulldogs games as you were a kid since you grew up in Hamilton?
Yeah, I went to a lot. I played for the Junior Bulldogs growing up, and our coach would take us to a few games a year. But even on my own, a lot of my parents' friends and my friends had season tickets, and we'd always end up going. So no, I've been around and watched for a really long time.
Well, how cool is it that you kind of grew up cheering for the team as a kid and now you're playing representing the Bulldogs?
Yeah, no, I mean it's pretty cool. It's a dream for sure. I mean, you look up to those guys, you watch them play. It's like I want to be here, and then you end up being in the exact same spot that they were in. So it's really cool.
Because I know for me, like there was a couple of times like I was just playing house league and I would get to skate on the ice before the Bulldogs game. It was just like one of our regular season games, and we got to, luckily enough, just skate on the ice before, and then get to watch the Bulldogs play the same evening. So I thought it was kind of cool. And obviously, you mentioned that you were with the Junior Bulldogs, so it's really cool that you just get to represent the city and the team.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, being born and raised from Hamilton, it's definitely a plus, and always supported the Bulldogs, and it's pretty cool. And because we actually played a lot of our home games the year before my draft year at that arena, First Ontario Center. So that was pretty cool.
Well, let's talk about the pandemic. How did the pandemic affect your training and development? You mentioned that you had to reclassify. So how did it affect it?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, my draft year, I talked to a good chunk of the teams in the OHL. Obviously, there's all the rankings and stuff. Was supposed to go summer mid-pack. Things fell through. We couldn't play games. I think I played a total of 3 games that year, and
Oh,
they were
wow.
like unsanctioned games that no one could be there. Had to get dressed outside and then go inside to play. Um, and then yeah, it definitely affected the draft year. But everything happens for a reason. Happy where I am now, but I mean, with the training and all that, I was lucky enough to have a home gym and a personal trainer online. So I continued with that all through the pandemic.
Yeah, because when we look at it, right, like the Dub had some games there. They had a great chunk of the regular season,
Yeah.
even if it was shortened. The QMJHL, they got some games there, so they still got to play. And it was just really us that kind of got shafted there.
Yeah.
That we didn't just get like we got nothing. It
Yep.
sucked.
For sure. Yeah, no, we definitely hurt, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It's rules and regulations. So
I'm going to actually just sit and complain. That's all I can do.
of course, yeah, but
Before getting drafted to the Knights, you played with the Caledonia Corvairs in the GOJHL, I believe.
yep, yep.
How did they get you ready for the OHL?
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about that organization. Very great to me. I'm still in contact with the coaches that I played for there and the GM. Great, great organization. Caledonia being the top team, and the and Junior B, they bring in a lot of ex-OHLers who didn't make their overage year and have lots of experience. So when I was 16, when I was 17, I was lucky enough to be playing with those guys, and you learn a lot of stuff that, they learned throughout the OHL that, once I came, I already knew the, the new stuff, and how to make better plays, and just, playing with those guys and the organization bringing in those guys and learning from them. It just was definitely a huge bonus for me and a huge step.
What did you learn about yourself as a player? Because you went on two really deep playoff runs with the Corvairs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with Caledonia, we went on to the first year. We went on a decent run, and then we got upset in the second round. We ended up facing that team again the next year in the second round again. Went to game seven. Um, and yeah, I mean, I definitely learned that playoffs is where I thrive. Definitely a playoff player. My game definitely suits playoffs and high intensity games. But yeah, no, I definitely learned that learned how to control your emotions, and that was the first time that I actually, in the game seven against St. Catharines in my second year, where I learned how to control your emotions. It was a sold out arena. I think there was 4,000 people there. So it was pretty crazy. But yeah, no, you the experience, and all the emotions and how to control that is definitely a huge factor.
Well, what will you take away from being in a game seven? Because it's not every time that you play game seven in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you take away just like the mental side of it, how to prepare for it, and treat it like it's a regular game. Obviously, it's not, but you take it as it's a regular game, and it's another day, and you control your emotions, and you go out there, and just at the end of the day, you play your game.
Do you have any playoff superstitions?
Um, I wouldn't say playoff superstitions. I have superstitions in general, but not playoff superstitions.
What are those superstitions?
Yeah, I mean, before every game, on the roads, I have an energy drink, and at home, I'll have a coffee. I nap for 2.5 hours before every game. Every game day for lunch, I'll have peanut butter with a banana for lunch and a protein shake. Dinner is always salmon and rice. And then always black tape. And I'm the last guy to warm up in the gym. I'm the last guy to get dressed, and then yeah, those are kind of the superstitions.
I love salmon with rice. Like I have
Yeah,
salmon with risotto. Risotto is
yeah,
amazing. It's just the best blend that you can have.
hmm,
It especially as like a pregame meal. Oh, it tastes delicious.
yep, for sure.
So you mentioned that you had no idea you kind of got drafted by the Knights. They call you up. It's kind of a wild story that you had said earlier. But can you just, I guess, elaborate more on it? Like, what was that day like for you? Because you had no idea.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I watched the first few rounds just because my one of my few of my friends, were projected to go, and I was watching, for them, and whatnot. And then towards the later end of the rounds, I turned off the TV, and went upstairs, and was just on my phone in my bed, and then um my phone just started ringing, and it said London Knights, and I picked it up, and they it was kind of a little awkward at first. They're like, "Hey, Calvin." I was like, "Hey, like, what's going on, guys?" Like, like the draft's still going on. Like, I'm like, why are they
Yeah.
calling me? Like, like, if we're talking about like camps and stuff, like, why are we, and then they just said, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna take you here." And I'm like,
Oh,
I had to ask. I was like, "Oh, like, oh, what round is it in the draft?" And I was like, I had to ask, right? And they told me, and then yeah, and then went to camp, and that's kind of that was kind of the story. It was a cool story, but it was pretty funny. I didn't expect it at all.
well, you signed on as a free agent after impressive development and training camp with the Bulldogs. What was
Mhm.
that meeting like with GM Matt Turek?
Yeah, no, I mean, I got my release from London after my first year there. After my first camp, I got my release because I was their property for another year. Um, I asked to be a free agent, so I could explore other teams. Thankfully, they gave it to me, and then yeah, and then Matt Turk called me and said that he thinks I should come to camp, and there's a really big opportunity here for me. Ended up coming, having a really good camp, and then on the last day or second last day, got pulled into the room, and they just said, like, um, we're gonna call you tonight, because I was committed to go to Okotoks in the Alberta Junior Hockey League, for my next season, and I just said, like, I was committed to them, and like, I want to play for Brantford or Hamilton. They're my number one, and they said they really liked me and they're gonna call me, and then I got a call that night, saying that they were going to take me. And obviously I couldn't skate anymore after the 3 day period, the 72 hours rule, because then you lose your eligibility for NCAA. But now obviously that rule is waived. But at the time you couldn't skate for longer than 72 hours. So that was when I had that talk, and then ended up calling me later that night and got the deal done.
Well, let's talk about that NCAA kind of eligibility rule that got waived this past year. That
Mhm.
presents such a unique opportunity
For
for
sure.
guys like you. What is your reaction to that? How does that benefit you?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it definitely benefits. I mean, you can have a great career in the OHL, and then you can end up going to play and getting a great degree at a nice, really nice school, and it helps for guys, especially too. Like, if you don't want to go sign with an NHL team, and say you get sent down to the East Coast Hockey League, where you could go and develop more and play with, for 3, 4 more years at a really good school and develop more, and then make the jump to the AHL after that. So that it definitely benefits, and it's definitely a huge plus. And I'm super happy that rule passed.
Yeah, I think many players agree with you that they are very excited that this rule passed because it kind of left you guys in limbo in a sense once you were done with your junior career.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that rule is definitely a game changer. So, I mean, yeah, it's great.
In your first season with the Bulldogs, you scored 26 points, 14 goals. How would you describe the jump from midget to the OHL? What was the biggest thing that stood out for you?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was definitely just the pace and the skill. Like, I mean, like, you kind of go from, down the lines. Everyone knows how to play and everyone knows what they're doing. It was just more of, coming in and jumping right into things and getting things started. Um, Came in with a lot of confidence from my last year, and just wanted to bring that to the OHL, and yeah, I mean, it was different, but I mean, I had lots of experience in playing with OHL guys and junior B, and against OHL guys and junior B, so that would definitely helped. And also my coaches in Caledonia were definitely a big help too, because they had a long career.
Well, I guess the other thing about Junior B and with Caledonia is you're kind of the go-to guy there. You're playing with very confidence, you're playing in the top six. Then you get to the OHL, you're a rookie, and you still kind of have to rework your way up in the lineup. How did you kind of deal with that?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, obviously, that's gonna happen. You go from being the top guy, and playing a lot and playing everything, all situations. Um, you know, Came in, and was told where I was going to be in the lineup and how things were going to go to start. And I actually ended up getting opportunity. I was playing on the fourth line at the start of the year. I was scratched for a few games, and then I ended up getting an opportunity in the lineup, and then kind of just ran with it. And then I ended up getting an opportunity in the top six when Thomas got hurt, or Thomas got sick. I got an opportunity in the top six, and then from there I started to earn more trust, and just run with it.
As a rookie, was there a veteran on the team that kind of like helped you lean on to get you accustomed to the OHL and how things kind of run?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think all the guys are really welcoming, and obviously being older, and being an 18-year-old rookie in the league. I mean, obviously it's a little different than coming in at 16 or 17 and being a rookie. But yeah, no, I think it was just a mix of all the guys who definitely were just, welcoming. Like I already knew Florian and Rebello from minor hockey. They grew up in Hamilton, so I already knew those guys. But yeah, no, it was definitely all the guys were definitely welcoming.
Well, Brantford's now 2 seasons in from moving the team from Hamilton. How would you describe the community's response to the team moving to Brantford?
Yeah, I mean it's unbelievable. I mean, like I said, I've been to lots of Hamilton games, and I knew players who played when the Hamilton Bulldogs were in Hamilton, and like the change is just unbelievable. Like the fans rally behind the community, everything. It's just it's night and day. It really is, and it's amazing to see, and it's great to play in front of, and the guys love it, and the guys want to play harder and win more for the community.
It was announced that the Bulldogs are staying in Brantford for the long-term future. When you look back to the first year that the Brantford Bulldogs came, how reassuring is it to know that you guys are staying in Brantford for the long run?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's good. I mean, obviously, like not everyone wants to move around all the time, and you want to have a home and a set place. And I mean, yeah, like when we saw the support in the first game, the home opener, and I remember, um, you know, the rink was going crazy, or even in playoffs, like it's a great atmosphere. And if you talk to guys around the league, like everyone will say, like it's a crazy atmosphere in our rink, and it's one of the best rinks to play in for sure.
The Madhouse on Market Street
Yeah,
doesn't lie.
exactly. Yep, exactly.
How would you evaluate your game so far this season?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it went pretty good. I started off pretty strong. Obviously with guys coming back into the lineup and whatnot, things change. I think it's been pretty good so far.
You're on pace to set a new career high in points. What about your line that you play on has worked so well?
Yeah, I mean, like I've been on a bunch of different lines recently. I played with Thomas and Lardis for a while at the start of the season, and then things got changed, and then I've been playing with Vanacker and O'Brien, and then I've also played with Avery and who's on the left side,
Would it be
O'Donnell
Rosetto?
Or it'd be Testa. Testa would have been on the left side, but yeah, no, I played with a bunch of guys, and between all the lines, just up and down. I mean, you find chemistry and you find where they're going to be on the ice and work with them and communicate with them but yeah, no, it's easy to play with all the guys and it's no complaints at all.
Well, you mentioned you played with Jake O'Brien. He will certainly go down as one of the best Bulldogs players to ever represent the team there. What stands out about his game?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, his it's definitely his patience and his IQ. I mean, that's obviously he has all the skills, but I mean his patience and his IQ is just it's next level. I mean, you play with him, you give him a puck and your stick always has to be on the ice because it's probably going to be on your stick. Um, but yeah, no, he his patience and his IQ, the way he can wait out players and make them jump, and then he's going to make the next move, and it's probably going to be in the back of the net. So no, he's an outstanding player.
He always has highlight reel goals. It's
Yeah,
unreal.
yeah, no, I remember my first year with the Bulldogs. I gave him the puck, and then we were on like a 2-on-1. And he does a spinorama behind his back to me backdoor, and I was like, oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Yeah, I was like, wow. So
That guy's just a rookie at that
yeah,
point.
I was like, wow. All right. So
And he's pulling those tricks in his rookie year.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't complain. It was a great pass and got us on the board. So
You mentioned you've been playing up and down the lineup. Like, how hard is it to adjust to playing with different line mates?
yeah, I mean, me, Lardis and Thomas, we definitely clicked at the start. Things got changed around when guys came back and whatnot. But I mean, all around, it's pretty easy to play with everyone. I mean, I feel like everyone on our team, kind of knows. The longer you play with guys, you're trying to get established lines and play with guys, but things always move. It's moving pieces. But I mean, for the most part, it's really easy to play with all the guys and all the guys have good connection and playing from first to third, you kind of just you learn how to play with everybody and that's what's so good about our team. Everybody can play with everybody, and when everybody's on the right page and we're all going, everything just clicks.
You guys acquired Thomas Budnick at the trade deadline from Guelph. Even though he's only been around for a handful of games, how has he gelled with the room so far?
Oh yeah, I mean he came in right away. I mean he's definitely a natural leader. I mean he came in right away and just being an overager and he's been in the league for a while. He came in right away. A super nice guy and he's dedicated and driven and that's really good to see out of a guy that younger guys are going to look up to.
Unfortunately, you guys did trade away Noah Roberts. You guys get to play Sudbury early February. Are you looking forward to going up against him?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, he's a good buddy of mine, and I was really sad to see him go. I still talk to him all the time, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward. I don't think I'm going to be playing in that game, but I was looking forward to playing against him. I was joking around with him. I told him because we always used to fight after practice, like just practice sparring. And I told him that we were going to fight in that game, and we were just joking around about it. But no, I mean, yeah, he sad to see him go, but it's the best for him, so I'm happy for him.
How many fights have you been in?
Fights?
Yeah, how many fights have you been in?
This year, I think 3 or 4.
Oh my
Last year, I think I was in 3, one in playoffs and 2 in the regular season. Yeah, this year I haven't instigated any. I've been the one that's been asked to go every time. So I mean, a few of them, 2 of them were because I hit the other team's goalie, but
God. Oh. Yeah, listen, all right. I do that in ESHL, so
yeah,
I save it for that.
yeah. I mean, the one against Oshawa, I didn't even see the goalie at all. I was cutting across the net. I was cutting across the net to try and block the pass, and the goalie decided to step out of his crease.
Of course, right?
And I wasn't looking at his way at all. I didn't expect someone to try and hit me.
Oh,
And then, instincts kicked in. He ended up taking a good fall. And then, I mean, you got
it's
to
like,
answer.
oh shit, here we
Yeah.
go.
It was like 2 minutes into the game. I was like, all right, well, you got to answer the bell. So, I mean,
Yeah, exactly. You're sitting
I'm
for
not a,
five.
yeah,
Quick shift.
I'm not afraid to get in the mix. So, I mean, it was all right. I laughed about it after, but.
So what goes through the mind when like you like when you do fight someone? Like, are these kind of like predetermined in a sense or no?
I mean, I wouldn't say fights are predetermined. I mean, they're more of kind of just heat of the moment. I mean,
Yeah.
fighting, the more and more you fight, I mean, I had a few fights in junior B as well, and the more and more you fight, the more confident you get, and the more
Oh,
um
nice.
calm you get in a sense. Like if you watch some guys go into a fight, they're really nervous, and the biggest part of it is controlling your breathing. And going into a fight now, you're a lot more confident, like definitely now, and like where to hold and how to be patient. And everyone has a different style of fighting. So you kind of usually learn, read, and adjust, and then you know take it from there.
What do your billet parents think of that?
But I live at home, so I mean,
Okay.
I'm born and raised in Hamilton, so I live at home, and I actually get to
Yeah.
live with my parents. I mean, my uncle, playing for London, he could do both. He had a season in the OHL where he put up 100 points, 100 penalty minutes.
Oh my God.
He can fight and he can score. So I mean, he definitely taught me a few things. But no, my parents don't care too much. They think it's kind of funny, but
You definitely got your fighting skill from him then, right?
yeah, no, yeah,
That's incredible.
he was a good fighter.
Where do you think the team can improve on during the second half of the season? Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's more of just, the boys coming together and being connected on the right page like we saw in those past 2 games or 3 games. 3 and 3s are hard, and the fact to come out with 6 points out of a 3-3 is pretty insane. You take Oshawa twice who loaded up. Just seeing all the guys on the right page, I think that's the only thing. It's just, staying on that right page and staying connected and everyone being driven and doing the right things and go from there.
How come you decided to wear number 14?
I went to junior B. I was 11. And I went to junior B and 11 was taken. And my uncle used to wear number 14, so I took that.
Modeling probably his fighting style and
Yeah.
representing him with his number. There's no
Yeah.
better way. There's no better way you can do it. That's sick.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I try and add his scoring touch too, but I can't score as many goals as he did. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate not to put up 100 points and 100 M's.
Yeah, yeah,
Damn, man, that's unreal skill.
yeah.
Who's the hardest player you've had to defend and why?
Hardest player had to defend. That's a tough one. There's a lot of guys in the league that are tough to play against, and you know, you don't like playing against. I mean, if I had to say skill wise, guys that I don't like playing against would be Cowan. If I had to say toughness and guy that I don't like playing against is Malik McGowan on Kingston, which every time I play against him, just take a beating from him, and it's not fun, but
He
I'm up
must
for the
have it
battle.
out for you. You're just getting
Yeah.
targeted every shit.
Yeah, no, I'm up for the battle and I'm up for the challenge, but I mean, yeah, he likes to give it to me, so that's all right.
Who is or what has been your favorite away arena to play in?
Favorite away arena would probably be North Bay. I mean, I love London. I love Kitchener. Guelph's a good arena too. I mean, it's just I think North Bay just like I just like the way they're, you know, the old style of the rink and you know, their music and warm-ups. I really like their arena. I mean, if I had to go for, you know, the classic fans and everything, it would be London. But I mean, I like, you know, just the style and the way things are run over in North Bay.
What about your least favorite?
Least favorite, probably Ottawa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know what?
It's a funky arena. It is
They're
so weird.
it's Ottawa or Peterborough. Actually, it might be Peterborough because their boards are super weird. And it's Ottawa because their glass is not standard glass. It's
It
not.
isn't?
No, it's
Oh, I had
not
no idea.
like regular like our glass where if you get hit
Yeah.
into it, it moves. No, their glass, if you get hit into it, it's like AAA glass and it hurts a lot. So
Jesus. That's not fun at all.
no, not
Especially
at
with
all.
you, considering how physical your like game is
Yeah,
tailored around. Oh
yeah,
boy.
yeah. No, it's not fun at all.
Well, my last question for you here during this interview is do you have any advice for any hockey players?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm always open into talking and sharing my story, and you know, I definitely have a unique story than everyone, and yeah, I mean, it's just work hard, and you know, I know everyone says that, but it's work hard and keep your head down, and you know, if you want something to happen, you can make it happen. You know, put in the work, put in the dedication, and do the right things, and good things will turn out. And you know, never say never, because if I would have told you that I would have been playing in Brantford when I was 18, probably would have never guessed it. You know, things work out if you work hard and you put in the work and you do the right things. I mean, you have to be dedicated and strong-willed, and don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. And um, when I was at high school, my football coach told me to quit hockey and go play football because I wasn't going to have a career in hockey. So I mean, thanks to him for actually driving me and giving me more motivation to go prove him wrong. But yeah, you know, people are going to doubt you, and that's always going to happen. That's life, but it's how you take it and how you know, persevere and go around it. So
Well, I'd like to thank again Calvin Crombie for joining me on today's podcast. Thank you again, Calvin.
thank you so much.